Hey guys, I'm going to show you a quick fix for an Audi A4 B5, which is a 2001 Audi A4. If your wipers are going slow and they're seizing up, it's because it's probably one of these joints here seizing up. And to get it out, it's these three bolts, 1, 2, and there's a third one there. But the problem is you got this big ECU box and it's just frustration. Can't get it out. The simplest solution I found was to run it on high for a little bit and then turn it off, and then you feel each of these joints, feel around, and I found that this one was hot, so it had friction on it and it was seizing. So what you do is you start drilling with small holes, little bit at a time, slowly, until you can see you penetrate the outer skin or the outer encasing, and then you use a bigger drill hole and a little bit bigger until you can pump some lock bust in it, and then you run it until doesn't heat up anymore. Then you know that it got lubricated and all the stuff comes out. And that's the quickest way to fix this problem, other than trying to remove the whole mechanism out. And my problem was I couldn't get that C-clip off that unit. I didn't have the tool. So this one works pretty well. And then after that, I cleaned it up with a lot of lock bust and made the hole bigger. I punched like 3 holes in there, made sure it got lubrication, ran it on high speed for 10 minutes or so and made sure it was okay. Then I pumped in some of this stuff, which is a good grease for actually bicycle racing. Extreme Floor, you can get it at Amazon, and it lasts for, it doesn't dry up, so it says it's lubricated for life. So I tested this stuff out. It's pretty good. We'll see what happens and see if it lasts like the whole season or whatnot. But this is probably the easiest fix. Just take a drill and drill slowly, and also when you're drilling, just lubricate with some WD-40 or lock bust while you're drilling. Then spray it some more with lock bust to get rid of the metal particles. So put a little cloth there to catch that. You can get this done in 30 minutes. So okay guys, we're still in the Audi A4 B5 2001, and it's the moment of truth. We lubed that wiper linkages, we cleaned them up. We found out that the seized one was on the driver's side all the way to the left here when you're in the car, and I wiped off the wiper blades. So let's see how it works. Oh, much better. It just goes to show you the power of the Audi wiper blade motor. I mean, this thing was seized and this thing was going super slow at max speed, and now it is back to normal Audi speed, and you didn't have to go to Audi to buy a new one. So this is amazing. I'm happy. Probably a 30-minute fix if you watch my video. It took me a little learning curve to do it. I was frustrated, so it took me an hour because I just started figuring it out. But with you following my tips and the right tools, with a wiper puller and you'll need a drill, cordless drill, and some bits, some steel drill bits, and some patience, and you'll need some WD-40 and a little lock bust to lubricate while you drill into the casing, and you'll be good to go. And look at these wipers, amazing. These are the fastest I've ever seen them. And the last time I went to the mechanic, he just put a little W40, and he said, and it kind of went a little bit better, but not. And then after 3 days, it stopped. He said, you just got to keep using it, which was bullshit. And now these are working perfectly. It's a great fix. Thanks. Now we're back. So we're in the Audi A4 2001 B5. Some tips that I thought of when you're reinstalling it. Before you take this thing apart, mark the position of the wiper blades with some blue tape, so as a reference points when you put them back in. And when you put them back in, you want to lift the wiper blade, this part of the wiper blade, up while pushing this one down, and that gets it in the proper angle, and the bolt should walk it down when you tighten it. Just don't tighten too much. use a torque wrench, and what I usually do is I tighten it, and then I bring my socket set with me for a couple days, run the wiper and make sure it's still working. If it's not, I'll tighten some more and it'll be good to go, because you don't want to be stripping these things. To remove it, the trick is you pop these covers off here, and then you put something underneath this arm like this. So you want to leverage it up a little bit, not that much, and then you definitely need one of these tools, which is a wiper removal tool, or it's like nearly impossible to pull out. After you put some lock bust in there, I put a nice spray of WD-40 and some lock bust, and then use this tool and it'll pop it up right away. Otherwise, I've seen other videos and I don't know how they did it without it, because it'll take a 30-minute job and make 3 hours without this device. And you can get that also on Amazon. I think it's called a wiper puller or something like that, so that will be helpful. And another thing, just for you new car enthusiasts, always use napkins or towels or cloths or whatever to stick them in areas where the screws are going to drop, or you're going to have stuff dropping in, because there's a lot of areas and nooks and crannies in these Audis, and you don't want to be dropping bolts into these areas and never find them. It's happened to me, and it happens to a lot of people, and then you end up buying stuff and it's a 2-day project. So usually I'll just put my bolts all around here lined up or something like that, organized, so remember where they are, put them on Ziploc bags. Don't lose your bolts. I also designed cut this thing out of plastic. I got it at Home Depot, a liner, because there's a hole here and it just kept grabbing a lot of leaves, so you might want to design something like that so it covers that hole and sort of slows down the leaf accumulation on both sides, you know. So that's helpful. That's another tip.